So today I wanted to talk about renting a car or taking a car to Disney World. So this is the second time we've had a car there. And we live in Wisconsin, so we do not drive to Disney World because that would be like 24 hours and that is not happening. But I'm sick of driving in the car after like an hour. So no, we fly. But one time I wanted to do some things off property before we actually went to Disney World. And then, so we rented a car, and then we were also doing a split stay. We were staying the first couple nights, I think 2 nights at Coronado Springs, and then we switched and went to the Grand Floridian after that. So I thought, okay, I wanted a car to do this stuff off property, and then why don't we keep it for the first 2 nights, because then we can switch resorts, which it's easier to switch resorts with a car. You definitely don't need a car. You can take a taxi, you can use their transportation and have them transport your luggage, but they have to have your luggage so far ahead of time that was a little bit challenging for us. But anyway, that's why we rented the car the one time. And then this time we rented a car for the entire stay. So the first time we rented the car at the airport, and then, like I said, kept it for about 2 or 3 days. And then when we switched to the Grand Floridian, my husband dropped me and our luggage off at the Grand Floridian, and he took the rental car to the rental car facility closest to the hotel. And there are a couple on Disney property, but I believe it was the Car Care Center is where he took it. That was closest to the Grand Floridian. So he took the car there, and then they have a free shuttle to places on Disney property. So they gave him a ride back to the Grand Floridian, and then from there he met me in the lobby, and we went upstairs and went right on the monorail and went to the Magic Kingdom, and it was very easy, and it was pretty quick. So while he was doing that, I was checking in. Our room wasn't ready yet, but I went through the I think I went through the check-in process then and gave them our luggage to hold and stuff like that, because we were early in the morning, actually before the Magic Kingdom even opened. And then this last time, we rented a car, again at the airport at MCO, and we used it to go to Universal, and then we went to Disney. Now, every time I've been to Disney, once we are on property, we do not leave. And I do that on purpose because you feel like even if you have a car, you still feel really like you're in a different world, and I want to keep that because that's the only time when you have that feeling. So I didn't want to leave the property once I was there, but I was nervous about using a car. The only time we didn't use a car to get to the parks was when we went to Magic Kingdom, because we stayed at Wilderness Lodge, and they have bus and boat transportation from the Wilderness Lodge to the Magic Kingdom. If we drove, we would have to drive to the Transportation and Ticket Center, then take a monorail to the Magic Kingdom from there. So it just made more sense to use the Disney transportation directly from our hotel. But then for all other parks, when we went to Epcot and when we went to Hollywood Studios and we went to Animal Kingdom and we went to Disney Springs, we took our car. And I was concerned about it not feeling quite so Disney-ish. So we had a rule. We're like, no regular radio. I don't want it, because when you're riding the buses and Disney transportation, you usually don't hear those things. We had one experience this time where we did, which was really strange to us, but we'd never had that before. So my husband loaded a bunch of Disney songs on his phone, and then while he was driving, I was in charge of pulling up the playlist, and then we'd play the Disney songs. So that really helped, I think. It didn't feel like we were just driving around at home. We noticed he noticed when he was driving that there really are very few stop signs and stoplights and stuff like that. The traffic flows really well, so you rarely have to stop, which is very nice. And if you're staying on Disney property, it is free to park you can go to any of the parks, and it is free to park. If you're staying off property, I think it's $22 a day now, $22 or $25 a day. But if you switch parks, you don't have to pay again. You just keep your receipt and show them. But it's quite pricey to park on property if you are not staying on property. But yeah, it worked out really well. Now they have this thing where you can pay $35 and have preferred parking. Well, we weren't going to do that. I mean, we're young and able-bodied, and it was fine. But sometimes we were parked quite far away, which was disappointing. But they did have the tram, and the trams are pretty quick. And they come frequently, so that wasn't a big deal. But usually we just walked, and I have a good memory, so I was able to remember what area we were parked in. There's signs. If you don't, I would really recommend taking a picture with your phone of what area you're parked in, because you will forget, especially if you're visiting a park more than once. you'll remember the last time you parked there, or where you parked last time and not this time. But we did have some times where I remember specifically at Epcot, where we were not much farther than where we would have walked to get to our bus stop to go back to the Wilderness Lodge. So I would definitely do that again, and it was nice it was disappointing not to ride the Magical Express, because we do like watching the Magical Express welcome video, but it was also nice not to have to wait for other people, because there are two of us, and like I said, we're young and able-bodied, so we can move a lot faster than waiting for all these people to board and unboard and waiting for them to load and unload wheelchairs and stuff like that. But yeah, I would definitely consider having a car again. I'm not going to say it's a must-do for us, but I really, really liked having it and not having to wait. I'm a very impatient person, so if you are impatient, I would definitely consider it. Like I said, especially if you're staying on property and then the parking is free. So I hope you found this helpful, and thanks for watching. Bye.